What's good? Good morning. I am a little tired. I've been working like 50 to 60 hours a week for the last 2 months. I've been kind of in the zone, but it's been nice because I have some breathing room. I'm not wickedly stressed about money. I'm not doing fantastic. Like, I still have like 3 grand of credit card debt. I've been consistently battling at around 2 to 3 grand. I just need to get over that hump because I want to get to zero. I want to have no credit card debt because next month I'm going to take out a crazy loan to buy land. Doesn't matter. I already made a video on it, but I'm tired. I work a lot, and it's ironic. There's just so much irony in my life right now, I guess. So I made a video about the No Kings protest and how one of the guys that I work with went. Well, after the event and, in the subsequent week, it came to our attention, or my attention, that the guy I work with, he saw multiple of our clients, the people that we work for, the people whose houses we're remodeling, etc., at the event. And one of the clients, I was party to a conversation they had because they saw each other there. And so the client had commented, could you believe how the newspapers are covering it? Just really trying to downplay the protest. And they talked about the protest, and they talked about how they saw all these people that they know. And it's funny to me and ironic to me because out of this group of people that I'm, sort of in somewhat, I am the most working class individual, and none of them speak to me and connect with me and my values and what I want. I don't feel represented in the slightest by these champagne socialists who claim to care for the working class. And so that's kind of some of the irony that I'm talking about. These Seattle virtue signaling people. Anyways, I should be thankful because they're giving me work. It's just a really weird position to be in. Ultimately, why I'm trying to move. Eventually in 3 to 5 years, I will be hopefully somewhere where I just feel more comfortable because I just don't feel comfortable here in Seattle. Here's another little story. This is what triggered the whole video, the title of the video. While working on one of these jobs, we're building a deck out in someone's front yard. Really cool deck. I dig it. But I overheard these people, because it's right by a sidewalk, walking and talking. And this comment, just clear as day, came through this person in an indignant tone, commented something to the likes of, quote, and all he was saying was repeated right-wing talking points. And so I didn't hear anything really before that or after that, but I just heard that. And I was just like, oh my fucking God, the irony, because I bet you that exact or almost that exact line was said on NPR or CNN or some, mainstream news organization. They just got that concept of blankly and generically targeting and criticizing right-wing talking points from a left-wing source. So they're just being brainwashed parrots repeating these talking points, just like conservatives do also repeat talking points, which is why I hate both sides, because they're both fucking retarded. I just hate the conservatives a little bit less, and I really should stop using the word hate. Jesus would not approve. Jesus, I'm not a Christian, but I believe Jesus existed, and I'm not the only one. Muslims also believe that Jesus existed, so it's not out of pocket to still find wisdom and value from this historical figure and his mythical adventures, you could call them. So Jesus would not want me to hate these people. So I need to start saying despise. That's probably still not the best word, but it's a better word. So I'm going to start saying I despise both sides, but just the left frustrates me more for the reason that they claim to be for the working class, but me as a legitimate working class individual, I feel alienated by them. I feel ostracized by them. I feel uncomfortable around them. And there's nothing I feel like I could say to truly connect with these people, which is so unfortunate. But that has been a theme of the last several years for a lot of us who might not necessarily be spiritual or awakened, but who are just seeking a different path than the mainstream path. This idea that you're having to say goodbye to friends and family that are still alive, and you're having to say goodbye to them because you are legitimately living in different worlds. Sounds a little crazy, but then when you do introduce these spiritual new age concepts like the new earth, which I am inclined to believe in, and I've said this before and I'll say it again, sort of connecting a little spirituality with a little, reality. These worlds are going to exist in the same physical construct, but what differentiates them is what's going on up here, which is why so many people are so focused on, you hear about unplugging from the Matrix, but it's true, even though the whole concept has been co-opted to an extent. That's the future. And people, I've made videos, go watch my other videos, kind of being more, elaborate on this idea that people are not coming with us. And it's not for any exclusionary reason on our ends. The exclusion comes from them. They themselves are excluding themselves from joining us in this new earth reality because they won't move past the cognitive dissonance that just floods you when you begin to question basic narratives, and gets even worse when you begin to unwind the deeper narratives. And so I'm trying to think of like an easy basic narrative and then like a deeper narrative. Oh man, well, I have a really easy one. The experimental therapeutic medication that they tried to force people to take a couple years ago. Safe and effective, they said, but no. Some of us knew that it was truly a bioweapon, and that we were in fact, or not we, because we didn't take it, but those who took it were in fact the clinical trials. They were volunteering to be test rats or guinea pigs, test guinea pigs. But then there were some people, so some people knew from the get-go, oh, this is a bioweapon. Other people just said, you know what? I used to hate big pharma and big corporations, but now, because I've been brainwashed, I love big pharma and I love big corporations. Don't you trust the science? Sorry, sometimes I get a little worked up. But there's also a group in the middle who are legitimately afraid of both sort of concepts. Is there really a major virus out there? And or is it true that this therapeutic could actually really harm me? So man, those people in the middle, those are the ultimate people that I have the most compassion for, because they have not let any programming win and are being open-minded. And I started talking about people not coming with us and exclusionary things. Those people can have an opportunity to come with us. And that's a big thing that I'm trying to focus on, is interacting with people who have the opportunity to come with us and not wasting energy on those who are clearly just not coming with us on the journey. That's what that whole kind of diatribe was about. I apologize. Thank you for tuning with me or staying with me if you have. So that's the key message, is really interacting with those who have the potential to come with us, and then just saving your energy and not just not interacting or limiting your interaction with those who are just in the old world, the old earth, we'll call it. I like that, sort of differentiating the old earth and the new earth, like old earth ways and new earth ways. When we're talking about how we're constructing society and interactions. And, we could say an old earth way could be something like charging massive interest rates on loans. That's absurd. Jesus did not like usury, but maybe charging fair, so I'm way rambling. You've probably clicked off, and if you haven't by now, thank you so much. I'm gonna just end it. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Check the link for merch. I have new shirts I'm designing also. Let's do this. Let's build the new earth. Let's build some community and just not worry about the old earth. Much love.